Well, hello everyone, what is going on? It is TheAlmightyGeoff and we're here with episode 10 of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. In the previous episode, we returned to the inn in White Orchard where we spoke to Vesemir about our new knowledge on Yennefer, but before we could leave in sort of a calm, collected manner, we had to deal with some Temerian uproarers who weren't happy with the fact that the patron of the inn, Elsa, decided to take down the Temerian and to put Nilfgaardian monster under threat of her being obviously put out of work and attacked by the people who now occupied her town. So we had to intervene, but it led to a big bloody fight, which had us basically kicked out of the inn and out into the streets, who none other than Yennefer and her Nilfgaardian escort were there to greet us and to lead us to Vizima, which is where we are now. Along the way we were attacked by the Wild Hunt, but we managed to escape them. And here we got dressed up and pampered to meet with Emperor, is it Emir van Emrys? I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's basically the Nilfgaardian Emperor who wants us to find his daughter Ciri, who is of course a young, well, she's now older now, but she used to be trained by Geralt and Yennefer back in Kaer Morhen, who we saw in the first episode. So we just had a little one-to-one with Yennefer to discuss our next plan. We're off to different locations to search for her. But she told us to speak with, I think, this dude over here just to catch us up on events. I'm not too sure. But I think he's marked with an exclamation mark anyway. Is there anything in here worth looting? I thought there was, but maybe not. Yeah, scribe. And the ambassador.
Ambassador Varatra. Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Okay. Bit of law. Oh. Okay, how's the war going?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoy, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few
Is Hensel dead?
And joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
What about Kavir?
Kavir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
Okay.
How's the war going?
I assume that
What's the other option?
only a week.
Radov?
Yes. This attack, and so by...
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us for fools, particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marsh. Radovid has retreated.
Couldn't you just...
I'm afraid this...
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
What's new in Skellige?
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so he's in the room with us now. There was a quest that showed up, wasn't it? Still this one. Okay, that's past the Chamberlain. Right, okay. Wasn't there someone else in there, like a scribe? Or is he gone? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a character we could speak to. It's locked. Right, okay. I don't know if speaking with the Chamberlain would automatically force her to leave. Oh.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Okay, travel to Velen. That's our next major location. Nothing need to say to you, apparently. Okay, fine. Let's speak to the Nilfgaardian nobleman. Oh, Gwent. Okay. Sure. Let's go the whole hog.
Rounds of cards.
Been a while since we played Gwent. I think I understand it. Well, he was certainly a worthy opponent. Oh my god, that was horrible. Terribly horrible. Oh my god. I've been there for about an hour trying to beat that guy. He's pure luck. I even looked on forums was the best way to do that. Basically, he puts everything into his close range stuff. So if you have a biting frost on you, you can sort of let him build up his thing, make himself think he's all big, and then just throw it on a biting frost and completely ruin him. And then, you know, eventually you'll get lucky and he'll screw himself over. But even with that method, it took me quite a while to get an opportunity to beat him. It just obviously depends on what you get in your deck. So, but yeah, finally done that. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, right, I think we're done here. Let's head to Velen. Can't see anything else to do. So if we go to just the constantly press Y to return to the map. Region where you're currently okay to press Y again. Top of the map, your region. So could we go to either of these? Is that what that's saying? There's no fast travel point here though, is there? I don't think. We go to Velen. Yeah, and go to Hangman's Tree. Okay, Hangman's Tree it is.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Alright, here we go. Now we're getting properly thrown into the open world. Very exciting. Whole new area to explore. Velen, Northern Temeria, 5 days later. Been a long road. Oh dear. Well, that's not a pleasant welcome, is it? But here we are. The Nilfgaardian collection, Heart of Stone. I think you can only try questions. Change the quest for. Okay. Find the Heart of Stone, you can consider rune right. Okay, that's not really useful to the moment.
Come on, Roach.
We're not doing any of the DLC until the end of the main story. So we got all these new quests and stuff. Let's have a look at the world map. See sort of the stuff we've got. Is this where it wants us to go? For the Nilfgaardian connection. Oh my, what's all this? There's a lot of boats. My god, there is so much. These are just notice boards. Not even the individual quests. Oh my lord. I can't believe it. So we've got like the little question marks, which is kind of odd. Let's head into this. Nope. Wrong button. Let's head here. See what we can pick up. We've still got that griffin head. When are we going to get rid of it? Like, I feel like we shouldn't still have that. Let's have a look. A warning, in lonely woods screams carry long, shadows creep far in deep dark dale. Beware ye, then the Grosword song, or in the wild will end your tale. Help us send him off to whoever has eyes to read. To the day our Falibor died. We've no means to bury him properly, not a white shut in the house, no cloth for a shroud, nor planks for a coffin. If there's aught you can spare, help please. If you don't send him off to the next world proper like, he'll haunt us all in revenge. Nasty. Warning, good folk, if you see any wonders hanging in the woods, such as treats fit for your time dangling off branches, ginger bakings, honeyed apples, fritters or pies, then no matter how fierce your belly grows, turn back. Whoever partakes of those treats is never seen among the living again. My word. Forefathers' Eve approaches. 'Twill soon be Forefathers' Eve, tormented souls, souls who've not known rest after death, hungry tides, scared ghosts, they'll soon walk among us. We'll carve the jacks and send them into the next world with chant, prayer and kind words. Prepare yourselves. Pella. A plea. Kind folk, for lack of better fare, I fed my young ones pancakes made of ground acorn. The poor tykes have laid on the straw for 3 days since, their bellies growling something awful, getting sick and crying with it end. If you know how to help, come to my hut. I've not given in return but a warm word and a prayer of thanks, Vissy. Missing wife. Good people take pity and hear my plea. My wife Hannah, she's missing. A few days ago she went into the woods and hasn't yet returned. I'm nearly out of my wits with worry and will pay any price to the man who brings her back to me, or at least tells me where to look for her. Neilin, Hunter from Blackbow. Okay, so that's a few quests to start us off. That's not bad. Let's see. So that's picked up a lot of areas around this area, I guess. We've got a quest. So quests will be too difficult for you at the moment. Each quest level suggested next to its name. Once your character reaches the level, you can ready to take on the quest. Okay, so Serious Footsteps, I think that's sort of like a continuous going on. That's the DLC, isn't it? Heart of Stone. Nilfgaardian Collection, which is the main one. Pies of Novigrad. Which is in Novigrad, which we're not yet in. And yes, we're in Velen, aren't we? Destination Skellig, which again is not where we are. So the only one we're actually working on is the Nilfgaardian connection for the main quest secondary. Although we have the Innkeeper in Novigrad. Not in Novigrad. Stop telling me about Novigrad. So we'll do Ward at Heart. We're not quite at the level, but it might be worth a shot. Oh my god, it's miles away. Why? Was that seriously the only quest we picked up from that? Surely not. Hang on. So a lot of them were just sort of general. So bits of crap, aren't they? Okay, right, never mind. We're not going to do that. I guess, because it's like miles away. Look at it, it's all the way over there. We've got all this stuff to look in at Mulberrydale. Let's start looking on some of these local places. No, back in please. Let's have a look here. See if we can come across any quests or anything like that. I've not done a proper lookup as to what quests there are in this region or interesting locations and stuff like that, which I might do before next week. So many people have just been left to hang. Devil's Pit. Okay, what is that? Keep showing me the missing wife thing. Yeah, is that not the... Yeah, okay, suppose and read through all these if you want. This is the stuff that I picked up last time, wasn't it? There we go. Guess we've read everything now. Don't know if that's opened anything new up. Is that what the missing wife quest is about? Yeah, okay, right, fair dues. So what is this location then? Bandit camp. He just wanted me to read that missing wife thing. I've already read it, thank you very much. Oh dear, oh. These are all tough. Oh dear. Hey. We'll get more people involved. Might have had enough time with 2. Oh, dude, you weren't even facing me. That's just cheating. Okay. Wasn't too bad. Just grab what we can, I suppose. Obviously, you've probably already picked up. I'm a bit clueless this episode, I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. Got more people.
Shut up and fight.
Oh boy. So just sort of going basically blind. Like just think, okay, I can do this to fill up time for the rest of the episode. Or I can do some proper research as to what I should be doing, because I haven't a clue. Let's try and cover the higher levels. Most of this will just end up being sold to some poor craftsman who just doesn't really want any of this crap. But you know. Who needs ladders? I got feet. Can I? Yeah, let's go grey. Can I get the loot? Yeah, thank you. Okay, we need to be wary of our inventory. Not having a repeater last time. Oh, there's another. Come on, let's have you. I'm a lot tougher than you, buddy. Oh, the pain, the pain. What a shame. Okay. Let's keep on going. Right, done around this part. I feel like the bandit camp this size, there's got to be more to it than just random bits of loot. We've got to come across something like a treasure map or something. Just heard another goon. Yeah, he's above me. Let him come. Where'd he go? He's still up there. Yeah, you get angsty, you're not actually doing anything, are you? How do we get up there? I want to kick this fool's ass. No. Could you climb to the top of that rather than jumping inside the thing? Ah, yeah, I know, it's crazy. I seriously don't know how I'm supposed to get up there. It's not lootable. Oh, there's a ladder. It's a platter. What is a platter doing? Oh, stop. You don't really need to do stuff like that, Geralt, I promise. Right, okay. Ah, I see. Here's how we do it. Oh, whoa there. Whoa. Oh, god damn, sliced him. That was, phew, my word. It's kind of brutal. I sliced him in twain. Right, it's locked. Can't blow it up. Fair dues. Maybe there's a key somewhere in this camp that'll unlock that door. Maybe. Perhaps. Let's keep looking. Let us see. Hey, piggies. Hello, piggies. There's a fair bit of stuff down there. So we came in. Alright, start to head down now. Thank God. there's nothing here. Right. Come on, you can't have made this literally just... There's got to be a way to get into that thing upstairs. I mean, it's locked for a reason. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Geralt, please just calm the situation. Right. What are you doing, bro? It's a lot of burnt bodies. It's kind of gross. Down here. Can't get through there either. Well, it's not giving me an option to go through, so maybe we can't get in there at all. Stop, Geralt, please. Should we come up here? Must have done. So you're supposed to get to that? I can't see anything else. So yeah, we've cleared the bandit camp, but I want to know how to get to that door. Unless we got a key that I didn't see. Let's try that again. If there's something I'm supposed to have done. There's a whole other thing back there. Right. I think we're going to leave the episode there anyway. Hopefully we're at time. I'm not 100% sure. I've got quite a bit to edit. Let's have a look at our glossary. There's nothing new there. Alchemy. We've got alchemy ingredients, character's abilities, ability groups, climbing, collider ascending and descending. Oh, we only just get this stuff now. Right, we've... I don't understand what's going on. Does it just give you these every time you go to a new location? Because I've definitely done all this before, I'm certain of it. Okay, Emir van Emrys. The trust might be new actually. Morven Voris. Hendrik. So I don't know what's new now because I hate it who does that. Okay, never mind. Books, we've seen all these already, haven't we? So I can sell off all these now. Nothing new in any of these, although we do have... Hang on. What about this? 4 armor. It's actually the same, isn't it? It's not doing me a plus or minus. No. We've just got a lot of pointless crap in here. And then crafting, yada yada yada. You already know how it goes. World map, okay. So obviously we've only just arrived in Velen, so we've not really made a dent in it yet. But I'm going to do a bit of research, find out, especially want to find out initially what's going on with this bandit camp, and if there's a way I can get through to that thing. It might be a scavenger hunt that might take us back here. Just pause and read if you're interested in any of these. Just have a quick look at the summary on the right. Completed. Should have Imperial Audience. The rest of those are already done. Character, nothing new there. Meditation, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's now save the game. So, yeah. There you go. So that's what we're going to end it for today. Like I said, I'm going to look up if we can get into this bandit camp and then have a general look at what we can do in Velen. But before I wrap up, let me take a second to thank my amazing patrons. My 5 £, patrons are Ron Hyler and Ever the Snake. You can find links to their channels as well as my other 3 £, patrons in the description down below. And on screen you'll see a credit to my 1 £, patrons. Thank you so much, everyone. It's truly appreciated and it goes a long way to help with the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you wish to join those patrons, you can follow the link in the description down below to my Patreon page. But you don't have to do that because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and be sure to share the video. And I'll see you guys in episode 11. Bye guys.